Hello viewers, welcome to CEC lectures. Myself Dr. Preeti Dumani from Department of Computer Science, Aryabhat College, University of Delhi. So in the previous lectures we have seen about quite detailed in depth concepts about the frames and frame set tags, and we have also seen what is the target attribute. Now here in this lecture what we will be covering is actually a new concept, or we can say a sub concept of the frames, which is inline frames, and after inline frames we will be throwing more light on the target attributes of the frames and how these target at how the commands or the how HTML is going to behave with different values of the target attributes. Now let us begin with inline frames, that is it is more commonly known as iframe, or the tag itself is iframes. So basically inline iframe is an inline frame which is used here to be appeared anywhere in the document. An inline frame is kind of say which is very closely related to the normal frames and frame sets. An inline frame is basically used to embed another document within the current HTML document. We have a source attribute which is used to specify the URL of the document that will take that will be displayed inside that inline frame. So this iframe basically defines a rectangular region within the document in which a browser can display a separate document, and that separate document will be having altogether separate section with the scroll bars and the borders, etc. So how are we going to use this iframe? So we will now this one very important thing here is iframe goes with the body. This is unlike the normal frames and frame sets where body will not be executed, or body will not be there if we are talking about the frames and frame sets, but in iframes it is not the case. So here it goes with the body, or here we can say it goes inside the body. So in the example it's shown on the screen, if you can see, so the body tag is there and we have some paragraph written there. Then we have iframe src is equals to name of an HTML file, some width and some height. So basically what is this code doing? This code is telling browser that you need to create a separate section of width of 555 pixels, height of 200 pixels, and the document, the HTML document which is going to be displayed inside that separate section will be menu.html. So we have iframe as inline frames, then we have src is equals to menu.htm, width is equals to something and height is equals to something. And apart from that we also have sorry, your browser does not support inline frames. If this is not going to happen, that means if the above command or the above tag of iframe is not going to execute, is not going to take place because of some technical or compatible differences, technical difficulties or compatible differences, the message which is just written inside the iframe tag, which is sorry, your browser does not support inline frames, will be displayed. This message will not be displayed if iframe src is going to take place. This will be displayed only if your iframe src is not going to be executed. Then you have closed this iframe, and then you have rest of your document normally. Now how it is going to be displayed? So here is the section. Here you can say a separate you can see a separate rectangular section. The upper part of the document is on the above side, the lower the rest of the part of the document is here on the lower side, and within this upper and the lower part we have one separate rectangular section which is having its own borders and scroll bars as well, and this is the result of iframe. So whatever HTML we have defined in the source, that will be displayed inside this rectangular frame. So if you want to have only one frame and others in the body, then you need not to have a complete frame or frame set tag. So iframe tag is here to provide you more flexibility when you are trying to deal with the frames, and then you can have multiple iframes in one particular document rather than having one particular frame set, which is a kind of, we can say, a very rigid partitioning of browser window into many frames. Now coming to the tags, attributes of the iframe tag. Previous lectures we have seen many attributes of the frame tag like name, class, frame border, yes or no. Then we have some ID, then margin height, margin width, scrolling style. They behave exactly like the corresponding attributes of the iframe tag. So basically iframe tag is also having all these attributes, which indicates the name, then indicates frame border, yes or no, then some IDs there, then the measurement of margin height and margin width, then scrolling is permitted or no, yes or no, and all those kinds of attributes. They behave exactly as they are behaving with the frame tag, and we have covered all these attributes along with the frame tag in our previous lectures. But frame border, margin width, long descending, scrolling, margin height, these are the attributes which are deprecated in HTML file. Others, HTML5, others which are available will be taking place as they are taking in the frame attributes. Now coming to the target attribute once more. We have target attribute. We have studied what this target attribute is. This is basically used to define whether a particular document or whether a particular, we can say, form or a particular image is going to be displayed or going to be opened. So what actually target attribute is, this we have seen in the previous lecture, but we have not covered different values of this target attributes. So here the possible values of this target attributes are underscore blank, underscore top, underscore self, underscore parent, and the frame name, which is the name of a particular frame. So if we are going to say target is equals to underscore blank, that means the linked page is going to open in the new window because we are asking for the blank target. If I am going to say target is equals to underscore top, the linked page or the linked image is going to open in the entire window, which is the top frame. Then if it is underscore self, that means the linked page open in the same frame as that of the current, we can say. And if we have underscore parent, that means the linked page opens in the parent frame. And or we can have a particular frame name here in which we want to open the linked page or the image. So here let us try to see the effect of these values, and here I am going to show the example with the help of a particular link. So here if we say target is equals to underscore top, the linked page is going to open in the entire window, and what will be the command? The command will be a hyperlink reference is equals to example1.html, whatever the file name you need to have here. Target is equals to underscore top, and then there is a text. So this example t01.html is going to be open in the entire window, and how the results will look like. So this is going to be the thing. Here we have a link, and whenever we are going to click on the link, that link will be opened into the entire page. So here you can see there are 3 frames in the initial one. We have one on the left side and one on the top side, and the main frame is also there in which the link is displayed. Now I am going to click on the link. This is going to give me the result as the opened page, and that page is going to cover the top frame as well as the left frame, because the target of the link is defined as underscore top, and underscore top means the linked page will go open in the entire window, and here you can see that this is taking the entire window. Now the second value of the target attribute is target underscore self. Self, as the name indicate, the linked page will open in the same frame. And how to use it, the command here or the tag goes like this: a hyperlink reference href is equals to example t, whatever the source you need to, whatever the reference you have, and then target is equals to underscore self. Then it will display, then there is a text, and here we have. So now you can see here, whenever we are going to open the link using the mouse pointer in the source one, this is going to open in the current section. The topmost section, the thinner one, and the leftmost section are intact. Please recall, in the previous example, the open page has taken over onto the top one as well as onto the left one as well. Now here it is taking only that particular section, which is the section of the self frame, that means in which the link is presently working. That's the difference between the top and the self. Then we have next attribute. So the next attribute is the underscore parent. So underscore parent is the linked page is going to open in the parent frame, and we have a hyperlink reference is equals to some HTML, target is equals to underscore parent, and what will be the we can say result of this is this thing. So here you have, so now try to understand this result. The frame initially, or the browser window initially, is being divided into two column wise. One is the thinner one and the next one is the we can say the wider column. Then the wider column is again divided into two sections row wise. Again the thinner one row, which is shown in light yellow, and the wider row of more height, which is shown in kind of pink, which is our frame having the link. So if I am going to say parent, and the the target information is saying parent, so whenever you are going to open the link, the parent frame, that means the frame in which this is displayed. So here in this example, this will be the wider frame column wise, because that's the parent frame, and that parent frame has been divided into two children frame, the yellow one and the pink one. So the page is going to open in the parent frame, which is containing of the wider section of the browser window except the green one, we can say. So please try to understand, there is a kind of very we can say a thin line of difference between all these attributes, but these are very important if you want to set the layout of your website or the web page very properly. Then after that we have one more attribute, which is target is equals to frame name. If you want to open your document into a particular frame, then you can give the name of that particular frame into this target. So now name of the particular frame means whatever value is being returned inside the name attribute of that particular frame. So here I can say for example target is equals to top. Now please understand the difference between target is equals to underscore top and target is equals to top. So target is equals to top, that means this is a name which is given by the user. Target underscore top is the name which is used by default by the HTML, and here these are two variables, one is target is equals to top and another one is target is equals to main. So both are, we can say, user defined variables. So for the hyperlink reference which says C frame, the target will be the main frame, whatever the main frame you have in your we can say in your document or in your HTML file. And for the B frame, that is for the link which is displayed as B frame, we have target is equals to top. So here you can see the output. So if we can say the yellow section is the top frame and the pink section is the main frame, that means the pink section is the frame which is named as main. So here if we are going to open the first link, that is going to open inside the yellow section. If we are going to open the second link, that is going to open inside the pink section, because for the first link we have given target is equals to top. Top is the name given by the user to that yellow section. Main is the name which is given by the user to this pink section, and in the second link we can say we have mentioned target is equals to main. So this you can see again in the code. We have hyperlink reference, then target is equals to top, and then target is equals to main for the next link. So top, wherever we have written target is equals to top, I am assuming the top is being given as the value of the name attribute of that particular yellow section frame, and here we have name attribute as main for this pink section frame. So this is going to give you the results in the desired manner. If you are willing to have different pages to be opened inside the different frames which are neither the top frame nor the you can say the parent frame nor the blank frame. So if you want a particular frame, then you can have the name of that particular frame as well. So now till this point what we have covered, we have seen the concept of iframes, which is the concept of having a particular rectangular region inside the your body section that will take place along with body. So here have one part of the document, we have another part of the document, and then within that particular document we have a separate section of a specific width and height, in which altogether a separate document is going on. That kind of scenario is also possible. That means this iframe is providing us a lot of we can say flexibility in terms of setting the frames, or in terms of dividing the browser window. Using the frame set and frame tags is we can say whatever a rigid kind of mechanism in which the whole browser window has to be divided into some sections. Then after that particular point we have covered the values of the target attribute. So values, there will be kind of 4 or 5 values of the target attribute. So one is underscore top, which is for the top frame, another which is for the we can say top frame or the whole window. Then we have underscore parent, which is for the parent which is for the parent frame. Then we have underscore blank is going to give you your links to be opened in altogether a new window. Or we can say we can have target is equals to self as well. Self, as the name indicates, it is going to open the links into the current frame itself. Now all these target attributes are perfectly we can say okay or perfectly valid if you want to display your forms inside a particular area or inside a particular frame, or if you want to view your images inside a particular area, or this is also valid for the links to be opened in those frames. So for links, for images, and for these forms, this target is equals to whatever the value is. That value is going to be very kind of useful or relevant, we can say. Now coming to one new concept which is basically known as HTML blocks. So all the elements or tags which we have seen till this point, according to the representation, or we can categorize them into two categories. One is the block level element, another one is the inline element. So block element basically appears on the screen as if they have a line break before them or after them. For example, we have P as in paragraph, then all the headings H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, 6, then an unordered list or an ordered list or a definition list or a pre-formatted thing or an HR or a black quote or address. All these elements appear on the screen as they have a kind of a line break, or we can say a break either before them or after them. So what I am trying to say is, these are the elements which are creating a kind of not very kind of a stringent, but yes, a division into the document which is being displayed, because they all start on their own new line and anything that follows them appears on that particular new line, not on the previous line. And all these tags are paragraph, heading tags, these list tags, then HR is for horizontal ruler, black quote, and so on. So these are known as the block elements. Basically these are the elements which are going to divide the document or the HTML page into kind of some sections, we can say. Another category of block elements is the inline elements. Inline elements, we can say, on the other hand, can appear within the sentence and do not have to appear in the new line of their own. So we have bold, italic, underline, strong, superscript, subscript, and many other. So all these elements are the inline element which are not appearing on the new line as the previous block elements. They will be appearing within the sentences that do not have to appear on the new line of their own. So based on this categorization of elements of HTML, we can group the HTML into two very important groups, we can say. So there are two important tags which are used very frequently to group various other HTML tags. So for example, I am having some 10 tags and I want one style or one format to be applied on those particular 10 tags, and rest of the document I need in a different style. So that is possible through the grouping tags. So there are two tags which are used to group various other HTML tags. One is the div tag, div as in division, another one is the span tag. Now just before this, I have told you the concept of block element as well as the concept of inline elements. Here is the relevance of those block elements and inline elements. So if you can see, this div tag is actually a block level tag. That means this is going to divide the document window into some section of its own, so that it look like a separate section, or it look like a kind of a line break in between, and everything which is going to be inside this div tag will be kind of we can say it is having some separate, it is inside some separate section. And another, we have a span tag which is kind of an inline tag, and this is going to be used within the sentence. It is not going to create a separate section inside the document. So here in this lecture, what we have covered, what are the block level elements and what is the use of this block level elements. We have just seen the basics, or we can say we have just covered them in the brief. Before that, we have seen the various values of the target attribute, and also before that we have seen iframes as well. So we will be covering more about this div and span tag into our upcoming lectures. Here is a list of references used for the preparation. Hope you have enjoyed the lecture. Thank you.